And your mother's like, well, wait a month to demote. But you know what they're doing all this week?
Demoting.
Interviewing supervisors for the 2 open Marine positions that we have.
So now it's going to be 3
Now
positions.
they can hire 3 from the group that they're interviewing instead of 2. Which is going to be kind of interesting because I'm stepping down and one of my team members is stepping up. I'm pretty certain that my team member Katie is going to be promoted to a supervisor, and she's real young. She's only like 25, but man, she is one smart cracker. I think she'd do a good job at it. She's very put together. I just don't like I don't like, being distracted from like the day-to-day work. Unfortunately, too much of the supervisor role is distracted work. But I can work from home now 2 days a week instead of 1. I can have more flexibility in my life. You know what I'm saying?
Kinda.
You kinda understand?
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited. I think it's like I'm gonna be a lot less stressed out.
And that's what we're all about right now. And that's why
From a little
missile attack, which of course would be a key piece of information.
So, understanding that they're still evaluating these images and collecting information, but what is the Pentagon advising at this point?
Well, it's interesting. Chairman of the Joint Chiefs, General Joe Dunford, is in London for meetings, and he's focusing on how can the U.S. help Saudi protect itself, any defensive measures the U.S. can offer to Saudi Arabia. He didn't mention anything, but it could be more Patriot missile batteries, radars, so they can detect any incoming missiles. At this point, he and others are not talking about any sort of retaliation against Iran, again, because they're still collecting information to determine whether Iran actually did this attack.
Will they disclose whether or not they have concerns about a possible military conflagration between the U.S. and Iran?
You mean the Pentagon?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're definitely concerned.
I watched this simulation last night. If Russia set off a nuclear bomb at the border with Russia and NATO and over by Europe, how long do you think it would take before a nuclear war would explode across the world?
2 minutes.
No, it would take probably 4 hours. How many people would die in a Russian versus U.S. nuclear war?
A lot.
They guessed a minimum of 55 million would die, and most likely 100 million would in total would be dead or injured. And when you watch this map where it shows where the nukes explode, you know who gets hit first? It's terrible.
Us.
No, Europe.
What?
Russia would immediately attack Europe because they're close to Russia, so their missiles would hit Russia quickly.
Wait, are you...
I'm talking Italy, Spain, France,
Wait,
England.
do you know what infographic show is? No, because he talked about that.
It was cool. Like, I watched this map. So basically, Europe lights up, and then all of a sudden, the U.S. sends like 1 million missiles to Russia. And then as soon as they hit, like, as our missiles are in the air, Russia shoots off of their 1 million missiles. And in the U.S., they blow up every major city. I mean, like Chicago, New York. I mean, all the big cities are gone. So, it's kind of crazy. Like, if it ever happens, and God forbid it ever does.